On today's episode, we'll talk about seeing Steadicam for the first time, pulling focus for Vilmos Zsigmond, Close Encounters, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, and of course, starting out digging ditches on the labor gang. Just a little bit of business before we start. There may be a curse word here or there in this episode, so please listen responsibly. As always, our website, theop.io, is up and chock full of tips, tricks, and gooey operator goodness. Make sure to check out The Breakdown, where the best operators in the biz explain shots they have done, The Musings, where we discuss everything from quick tips to larger concepts of storytelling, the answers, the images, and so much more. I may or I may not take a break or two during this episode, but I promise that none of them will be longer than 22 seconds. Finally, if you are enjoying the podcast, please follow us, write a review, share us with your parents, and talk us up around the water cooler with your friends. So grab a beverage, sit back, and enjoy the op. Thanks for listening.
Lock it up, nice and quiet, and let's roll.
Rolling. Victor 30 Echo, take 2.
Hey, Mark. Hey, Mark.
And camera set. And action.
Hello and welcome back to the Op Podcast, the podcast where we talk about operating and the art of visual storytelling with filmmakers from today and yesterday. We're here at Panavision Woodland Hills, where they have graciously allowed me yet again, to use their theater because it sounds better than my daughter's bedroom. I am very excited to have a great operator here, Mike Genne. Mike has had a long career, and a couple of his credits, not inclusive, but that he operated on: Weeds, True Romance, The Bodyguard, The Lost Boys, In the Bedroom, Rising Sun, Last Boy Scout. And he was also, before that, a first AC on, I just pulled these out because I remember them from when I was a kid, North Dallas 40, Ice Castles, which I think was about a blind skater, and Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, which I got to ask you about because it must have been hilarious. But Mike, thank you for being here.
Oh, well, you're very welcome. It's a pleasure to be here. It took a while for us to kind of hook up, but we did, which is great. I didn't know quite what to expect, but I, like you, I'm sure because you're talking about film and operators, truly enjoy the process that in the motion picture industry. Yeah. It is so exciting. It's so much fun. And especially if you have a chance to be in that creative aspect of it. And everybody is, no matter who it is, they have, listen to them all. That's all I can say. Listen to everybody.
Absolutely.
But, it's just, I had such a great time. Worked with so many great people, some that I wish I didn't work with also,
No.
but just a great experience in my lifetime.
How many years since you retired?
20.
Wow. And how many?
Digital was just coming in.
Did you work with digital though a little bit, or
maybe a day or two when I was phasing out? You could work a couple of days after you retired or something, and they would give me a call, and I was done then anyway, basically.
And how many years did you work in the industry?
I started digging ditches in the labor gang in 1962.
What, in the labor gang?
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, at this local 724 at Universal Studios.
Okay.
In the labor department. We was digging ditches, sweeping stages, cleaning up all the trash, pulling nails.
Oh, wow.
And all that sort of stuff. My uncle, God bless him, was the Teamster at the time and well respected at Universal Studios.
Wow.
And so one day I was ended up being the night foreman. And I remember this like it was yesterday. And this is the absolute truth. I put it was a Friday night, and we used to work from 3 to 11:30. Yeah. And I would I let the guys go home kind of early because it was a slow night. I put my feet up on the desk, and I said, "Where am I going to go from here? Today's? Is that going to be my great today's?" And here I'll be 65 working and digging ditches. And I went to my uncle and I said to him, "Do you know anybody? What's the best job in Hollywood?"
Yeah. Your uncle was in the industry?
My uncle was the Teamster that got me the job.
Yes, you said that. Yeah.
And he said to me, he says, "Well, I know the head of the camera department. We go to St. Charles together." And I said, "Can you introduce me to him?" And so he set up an interview, and I talked to Bill Wade,
Yeah.
And he said, he tried to talk me out of it. He said, there's a lot of kids going on director sons and producer sons and everybody else. And I said, well, do you mind if I come in anyway? And he said, sure, you can.
Yeah.
So I hung around, and all these directors' kids and producers' kids and all that came and went, and I was still there. And so 9 months later, he gave me a job
Wow.
in the loading room
Okay.
at Universal
At
Studios.
Universal? Okay.
And I worked there for like 3 years.
So all the mags from each studio or each
stage, each movie,
came back.
each
So you're
came
just
back.
loading.
Loading, yeah. And if you worked the morning shift, they had these things called lungs, and a teamster would come in the morning, and we'd hook up all these lungs, and it's not like today where the assistants prep their own stuff.
Yeah.
They would studio would get it all ready. They would have a meeting the day before, and they would say this is what they wanted. They gave us a list at nighttime, and we would put it together.
Wow.
And then take it and drop it off. And then when they pulled it in and started shooting, and then when the mag was down, we would go get it, come back, and take another one back.
And you're talking about with the stuff you would drop off. You're talking about cameras, lenses, everything.
We pulled everything there was.
Wow.
If there was like an extra camera that day, we would get the extra camera together. If it was outside or special things, if they wanted low contrast filters, or if they wanted high speed motor, or if they wanted anything like that.
Yeah.
So in those days, in the 70, right? 60, late 60s, it was still BNCs and NCs basically,
Wow.
And location, you might have had you would have a second assistant if you went on location.
Okay.
But if you worked on the stage,
Yeah.
you didn't have one unless you had a crane.
Wow. Oh.
So you were always working by yourself. But the lenses used to fit in a little case.
Sure.
You know.
But so you didn't even know what you were loading then. It was you didn't
I
know
had
if it was
no
a TV
idea.
show or a
No,
movie or what.
I had no
just
idea. It
loading.
was just
And you did that for 3 years.
I did that for 3 years on days and nights.
Wow.
But during the day, when I was working days, I would go in and the guys would on the set, and the guys would teach me
Yeah.
how to
How to do the other jobs.
Start by marking feet. And
Yeah.
They taught me to I would say to clap, the
Hit the
slate,
sticks,
and
yeah.
then they helped me thread, and
Uh-huh.
and since I was working nights all the time or whatever, I had all those cameras to play with.
Wow.
If they knew what I did with
So-
those cameras.
Well, like what?
Well, I took when Mad Worlds, which I believe was 70 millimeter, I took the cameras apart. I used to put them together. I did all kinds of stuff
That's
at night.
unbelievable.
Just to learn.
That's great.
Oh yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Do you remember who some of those assistants were that taught you that?
Oh
back in the
yeah,
day?
yeah.
Or is that going back too far?
Yeah, no, there's Jim, a fellow named Jim. His last name. I'm
Don't
sorry,
sweat it. I
can't
don't think I
remember.
remember stuff from
It's okay.
that long ago.
He was the best, and Charlie Stromer was the cameraman,
Uh-huh.
and Al Edens was the operator.
And you were in the union by then?
In the union that's another story.
Well, yeah.
In the union, you had to work 30 days at one studio
Yep.
or 90 bouncing around.
Okay.
And so it took me 11 months to get 30 days because I would go when I was working in the loading in the labor gang. After I had talked to Bill Wade, the head of the camera department,
Yeah.
he would give me a day here and a day there. So I was but my uncle helped me bounce back and forth from the labor gang to the
Sure.
thing. So, but it took me 11 months to get 30
Wow.
days, only because I said I'm leaving. I left to do with another show, Columbia, and Bill Wade called me and he says, "What are you doing?" And I said, you bring in all these other people in. I only need 2 more days to get in the union.
Yeah, yeah.
And so that's how I got in the loading room, and then that history from there.
So you were in the loading room for 3 years, and then where'd you go? You moved on to set after that?
Jim was on a show called oh my gosh, I couldn't remember it right now.
Don't sweat it.
I'll think of it. And I'd been there a lot.
Yeah.
Because he would help me do. Like I said, he started helping me do slates and feet and mark and cameras, and then he would let me do a wide angle shot. Because it was all the cams and mats and stuff and like that. It was the Rackover system,
right?
We were using the Rackover, right?
Wow.
So. He taught me that, and then he let me do a little longer lens, and then he would let me do a whole scene, and then he would walk away. And sometimes I did like 3 or 4 hours after putting in 10 hours on the Labor Gang. So he had a problem with an officer on the set, and then so Charlie Stromer, the cameraman, said, Mike knows what we're doing. I want Mike. So I went directly from the loading room to being the first AC.
Wow.
I was in the 30 days that I trained,
Yeah.
I did second assistant work, but I went from being there because I had worked with them so long. They knew exactly that I could do it, and
Wow.
I did. So I was very fortunate, and that's the whole thing. Like I said, someone's helping you. Someone's moving you along. Someone's giving you a chance.
They liked you, right? They
they did.
So
Yes,
you could do what you could do, and they liked you.
Yeah.
And that's great. And so how long did you? So that was the studio system back then,
Right.
right? But so did you? Even in the studio system, you could stay on you could. They could say, "I want him for the whole show," or Or
yeah.
whatever.
Well, they had moved. They had every show had their assistant, right, and stuff like that. So I had a show, and if one show went down, if there was only one show working, I was working.
Okay.
I'm not trying to brag. I'm not trying to be conceited. Yeah, I put in my time there for a long time.
Sure.
When I was in the loading room, that's when Nick McLean and I became friends.
Yeah.
And then I did him a favor, and then he was an operator with Vilmos at that time.
Yep. Okay.
And so when Vilmos was coming into town to do at Universal, Nick knew I was there, and we got along really well. So that's how I got to be with Vilmos as his first assistant.
Wow. So basically, you became part of that Nick McLean Vilmos.
We
did you do a lot of movies with them?
I did Close Encounters.
Wow.
I was the first on Close Encounters. I think I did 5 pictures with Vilmos.
That's amazing. And those were all big pictures by then. I mean,
he was big then,
What was, at the time that you did Close Encounters, was that basically like the biggest thing you'd ever worked on? Because it seems like a massive movie. Even for now, it seems like a massive movie.
It was a massive movie.
Yeah.
I was on that movie. We started it before the end of the year.
Yeah.
So I think I heard there was a tax credit thing or something. Okay. So we started in the year, and that was the sequence where they spot all the spaceships and stuff like that on the blip on the machine, so that, and then we shut down, and then we prepped for a long time, and I was on it all the way through Alabama, and then but I didn't do any of the other added stuff that the other cameraman did, because I think that was all that Vilmos did after that. He didn't do some of the other stuff.
It was like the end of first unit or something like that. Yeah.
Well, when he added stuff, he changed. Some things he didn't like, apparently.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not trying to speak for Spielberg or Steven, but so I think
they test things and whatever.
Yeah.
What was Spielberg like to work with?
He's an amazing director, no question. And he was young then, and he liked. I mean, Vilmos turned down the biggest fish movie of all time. Did you know that?
What? No, what?
Huh?
Oh, Jaws?
Jaws.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
He wanted to do Barbara Streisand. Wanted to do the Barbara Streisand movie. It's so funny.
Do you remember which movie that was?
Oh
Was
yeah,
it
the
Funny Girl or
Funny Lady.
Funny Lady? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you? You did that? Yeah.
We started.
Actually, Nick told me about this
Yeah, we
a
didn't-
couple of
we
days,
didn't
and it didn't
finish
work
it.
out so well.
Somehow, because we did tests and tests and tests. Vilmos is a great cameraman. I mean,
I don't think anybody's
the
arguing
man
that,
knew what he was doing. He
Yep.
made a lot of work for people.
Sure.
He made a lot of work. I don't mean. I mean, he made a lot of extra work. Sometimes.
I see what you're saying. Yeah,
A lot of people got to work.
yeah.
But he used to make us do all the roll numbers and the cut numbers of all the film stock.
Wow.
Because if he ever had to do retakes or he wanted that same
He wanted the
film.
same.
So we had to keep enormous rolls of stock available for scenes.
That's a lot of work.
Yeah. And we had a lot of cameras. But anyway, that's
So what? So then you assisted for obviously a while, and then what
Quite
did
a
you? Wait! Before we go on, Dead Men Don't Wear Plaid, which I think is a hysterical movie.
great movie.
I mean, I
Michael
always like that.
Chapman
I
was brilliant.
What's that?
Michael Chapman was brilliant.
Yeah, I always like to ask people who work on just movies that I think are hysterical. Is it hard to keep a straight face when you're shooting this stuff?
You mentioned some great operators that I worked with.
Yeah.
One of the best, Eric Anderson.
Eric Anderson.
A funny man, a man that kept things lighthearted, but just really knew his job and
Yeah.
always protected people and things like that. And
That's great.
he used to have to tell us what he was going to do because we used to laugh and shake the camera so loud.
Oh, so you're saying Steve Martin would prep you?
He would tell us what he was going to do because we would start laughing.
And he would realize that's not going to be usable. So
no, we'd shake the camera.
Yeah, but I'm saying Steve Martin would realize,
Yeah.
and
So
then he'd be able to.
he used to tell us this, and
That's
it was
great.
great. And Michael Chapman was
Yeah,
that he was great, and that's really was good. All that rear projection, and I mean, and everything.
It must have been a fun movie to make, just because it was all the throwbacks, sort of,
Really very good. Yes, really really good, and people that you worked with. You know, there it was. As I remember, it was really a great project.
Well, it seems like from people that I'm talking to that you were in sort of like a pretty tight knit, top notch group then that always kind of worked together. Is that right?
We had a few of us that kept.
Yeah.
Everybody has that people that they
Sure.
know and they work with. I was very fortunate when I got to be with Vilmos at such an early stage in my career as an assistant that you people knew you by your name and stuff and say no matter what it was, you just kind of people you trusted and people that you knew could handle the job and under any stakes, whether no matter what. And we all kind of had each other's names and stuff that we would call first, if you're looking for a job, hey, Joe, what are you doing? Whatever,
Sure.
and stuff like that. But, they were – I'm the most fortunate human being, let me tell you. I don't know if I should say this, but for somebody that had no aspirations about film but had technical skills.
Sure, obviously.
Of judging distance and not saying that we never missed, of course, but judging distance and operating and contortions and organizing crews and all that sort of stuff. I was blessed.
Yeah.
I really was. And the people I got to work with, I was fortunate.
That's fantastic. And so how did you make the jump, or when did you make the jump to operating?
I was the first assistant on Staying Alive with Nick.
Okay, the sequel to Saturday Night Fever?
Right.
Yep.
And it was a big show, a lot of cameras, a lot of New York and stuff, and just real busy. And then after the end of the show, Nick asked me he was going to do Cannonball Run 2 or something like that.
Okay.
And or he's going to do a movie. I don't know which one it was. And he said, "You want to operate?" And I said, I don't know. Let me think about it. I really liked being an assistant. I really did. And so I said, later on, I said, yeah, I'd like to do it.
Yeah.
And so he made me an operator on the B camera.
Okay.
Michael O'Shea was the A camera operator.
Michael O'Shea, sure.
Ray Delamont was on the C camera.
Yeah.
And I was on the B camera.
Oh, but it wasn't Nick's show? Nick wasn't on the show?
Nick was the DP.
Oh, Nick was the DP. Okay.
Yeah,
Oh,
Nick
I got
was
you.
the DP.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah.
That's a boy. Those are a lot of big names right there.
Yeah, good people. Yeah.
Yeah.
I worked with Michael Shea a lot as an operator.
Yeah. He was a great
lot.
operator.
When he was a DP, when I was the operator.
Oh, you. Oh,
when
sorry.
I was the operator,
you
he
were
was
the operator
DP.
when he was the DP.
Yeah, and we worked a little bit
Yeah.
as an assistant, but not much.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
And so you operated basically for the rest of your career. You DP'd towards the end a little bit.
I DP'd a little bit, not much.
Yeah.
I was an assistant for like 15 years.
Oh, okay.
16
So for
years.
a significant amount of time.
Yes.
Yeah.
A long time.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
then
wow.
I operated almost as long.
Yeah.
Which one did I like the best? Some you had more
Depends on the job.
involvement
probably,
with looking through the lens and
Yeah.
stuff, until they got to a point when later on, my own opinion is that sometimes the studio didn't really care if you were there or not. You know,
Yeah.
an operator. You know,
It happens.
some assistant director or dolly grip or said, well, I can operate that camera.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
they can get them in the picture maybe. But,
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
how does it? You know.
Yeah, you were telling me beforehand one of your favorite movies you worked on was called In the Bedroom. Can you tell me about
that
that?
was
It's a
great.
movie I actually am not aware of. I
Yeah,
don't know if I've seen
you
it.
should look at it. Cicely Tyson
Uh-huh.
and Todd Fields was the director.
Oh, Todd Fields is
Yeah.
great. I didn't realize that. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Todd Fields, and one of the best experiences ever.
How so? What aspect of it?
Well, he let me shoot all the second unit
Okay.
after the movie was totally done.
Yeah.
Gave me a great credit. He was a friend,
Yeah.
not a friend before, a friend after. He let me be a real big part of it.
That's great.
You know, and
Yeah.
we used to ride to work together and stop and have a cappuccino, and he was just a good guy and a good, interesting. The
Yeah.
cameraman was Antonio Calbacci.
Oh, he's an Italian guy.
Yeah,
Yeah. All right.
yeah, Calbacci.
So one of the things that I try to pull out in this podcast is information for younger operators. So right off the bat, what do you think is the difference between a good operator and a great operator? Like what makes an operator? Like Nick, everybody talks about Nick being a great operator, and Nick, by the way, talks about you being a great operator. What do you think? What do you think sets people apart, or is important for operators that they need to know?
Offhand, you I think you have to really pay attention.
Yeah.
And the very thought of just watching and really what's important, what's going on here, and in being able to see the rehearsals and fighting for that. Really, I mean, it got to be difficult in later on, but to really put yourself in the middle, right? Just pay attention to what's going on.
Yeah.
And it's not just about composition and stuff. It's just, it could be not bad composition, but whatever worked for the shot. And
Sure.
how do you know that if you don't know that? Look at the characters and look at what's going on and
So really, it comes down to the storytelling. I mean, it's
it
knowing
really
how to
does.
tell the
Just-
story,
just-
right?
Just look at it, and this cameraman are going to tell you what they want.
Sure.
A lot of them will tell you what they want anyway, and it's up to you to do it.
Yeah.
But if you've been working with somebody for a while, they know that you you're going to be fine.
They trust
They
you
don't
or
have
not.
to be specific.
Yep.
You
Yep.
know, I want to end right here on this corner and right here on that corner.
Were most people like that, or most people not like
Some
that?
were.
Yeah.
Some were.
And but the video taps weren't very good back then. So did you sort of sometimes take liberties and do what you thought was better?
Probably, or I couldn't get what they wanted,
Yeah,
maybe or
Sure.
something like that.
Sure.
I was fortunate to have great dolly grips. Sandy Williams, Bill Young, and these guys were just amazing dolly grips. They could just put you in the right spot.
Yeah.
You know, make it look easy for you.
Yep.
You know, big. You're moving a big crane across somewhere, you know, and here you are just sliding into the right spot.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it just works.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm excited right now thinking about it
It's
because
great, right?
I really did enjoy it.
Yeah.
I really did enjoy.
Do you remember when? You must remember when the first like the Luma crane came out and the first remote cranes came out. Was that just amazing to everybody what you could do with that? And when the techno crane came out and all those
Sure,
things.
they were put you in positions that you couldn't do before.
Did it start make you sort of? Did you start thinking of like all sorts of things you could do that you never could have done before? Or
Well, I mean, the shots are still the same.
Yeah.
I mean, well, yeah. I mean, we did some amazing things on those little cranes.
Yeah.
I mean, except, well, we always had a crane when we went outside.
oh, is that right?
Basically,
Yeah.
Especially in early days, because they were a lot of westerns, a lot of outdoor
sure.
stuff,
Yeah.
and so a lot of cranes and stuff.
Yeah.
Because once you were on them, you never got off of them.
Yeah.
You know, because just bring it over here, come on, bring it over here.
Yeah.
You know, and but the thing I find about the crane, those Luma cranes and that sort of thing is. You don't have that sensation of being on the crane when it starts to go in.
You're disconnected, right?
Yeah, you really are, and so. But that's the biggest thing.
There's a thing now that there are these Ronins and remote heads, and they're on so many shows. And I do get on some shows where the A camera operator will have it on the dolly, and the A camera operator will be in some other room on wheels, and I never understand it because you're disconnected from the whole thing.
Absolutely.
And also there's part of it. You should be there for the. I think the operator should be there for the actors.
Oh, no question. There is a confidence that I had with many of the actors.
Yeah.
And also too, I remember as an assistant, as an operator. Excuse me, that. I wanted that assistant next to me in his hand on the wheel because I talked to him all the time.
Sure.
Go back.
Yeah.
And I could tell. Again, I don't want to sound, but I knew if it was front or back.
Yeah.
And so.
Well, you were an assistant for 15 years, so
Yeah.
I mean,
but I mean, you by color.
It
changes its color when it's one way or the other.
Wait, what changes its color?
The shot, the little lens.
Oh.
You can see little difference in color.
Oh, okay.
And so. Anyway, and you would talk to them.
Yeah.
And now. He's 50 feet away, and I
If
can't grab
he's
the
in
wheel
same
even to
room.
make it sharper.
No. And the other thing that I think, well, we'll see how this happens, but you were an assistant, you were on the wheel, and so you were next to the operator, right? So you listen to the operator talk to the dolly grip, you listen to the DP talk to the operator.
Yeah.
Now they don't hear any of that. They're somewhere else, and they don't feel the dolly moving, and they don't, so it'll be interesting to see what happens, who's going to move up, when they move up and whatever, because they don't have the same information that people had, back
And
then.
you're right. You're not on the set. You're not on the set.
No, and I nothing against any assistants,
Of course
because
not.
they have a much harder
Oh.
job now than they did then.
Oh, it's tough.
It focuses like off or on now.
Even on wider lenses.
And I don't understand how they do it. It's kind of amazing. It's kind of amazing to watch. What about working with actors? You have any advice for working with that? Because you've worked with huge actors through
Remember
your
their
career.
names. Remember their names.
What, is that a specific story? Did you ever forget them?
I have forgotten one time, but in the spur of the moment or flash of the moment, but. Yeah, remember their names.
Yeah.
And some are really great. So the thing was always, one actor asked me when I was an operator, did I have to be there? I swear that's the absolute truth. It is not a lie. It is the absolute truth.
What was your response?
I couldn't say anything,
Yeah.
but
Couldn't say what you wanted to say?
Raised my eyebrows probably and said, "Are you kidding me?"
Because they couldn't see another actor in the scene or something, or just
Well, then something's wrong with the layout, right?
Yeah, sure. But was
I
that
mean,
their reasoning? I mean, that they couldn't make eye contact.
I don't
or
know.
something?
Just because I'm looking at them.
That's a weird question.
And sometimes, I would take my eye out of the eyepiece sometimes, and cover it up and take a peek.
Just to double check what's
going on, or whatever, where I'm headed.
Sure.
But that's an absolute true story.
I did a TV show that I'm not going to name right now years ago, and there was a day playing actress who was a little quirky, shall we say.
Yeah.
And it was a scene, it was a cop show, and two people sitting at a table talking to one person at a table. And we started to do the first take. And she just stopped, and she looked up at the boom mic, and she goes, "Is that going to be moving around all throughout the scene?" And the funny thing is, everybody in the room sort of got very quiet, and it was just like, who wants to explain this to her?
Who wants to tell her?
Yeah, it's going to be moving around the entire
She hadn't been
scene.
around very long.
No, something was up there. I don't know what was up for that.
How'd you get the job?
Now, did you ever have a situation where a DP and a director wanted two different things, and you're put in the middle of that?
Oh, sure.
What do you do in that situation?
Well, you let them work it out, hopefully, and show them what it would look like, either way.
Yeah.
And then, I would say I might go up to the DP or the director and say, "Well, why don't we show it both ways and see which ones you like?"
Yeah.
It didn't happen really that I had to make that choice.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, there are differences, there are opinions and stuff on the set, but there's one leader.
Yeah.
So, so we have to help that if we can.
And let me ask you about The Lost Boys, only because when I was younger, that was a favorite movie of all of ours.
Film. It's a
It's a really good film. It's fun.
Great.
Yeah.
Is
it fun to work on?
Oh, so much fun.
You got any stories from it?
We were up in Santa Cruz.
Yeah.
We shot it up in Santa Cruz, and we had some night stuff, and we had crowds around, and somebody. I was on the dolly up on a platform, and some fella thought he would run up on the stage, and he was heading right at me. He was just coming right at me.
Just someone from the crowd, you're saying?
Someone from the crowd coming right at me. Michael Chapman got up and just took him out. He just took him right off the stage. And great protector.
Wow.
Great man, too.
Well, there you go.
Great man. Great cameraman and great man.
Yeah. That's a classic movie.
He used to sit and do crossword puzzles all day long.
Is that right?
Oh, yeah.
Now, I mean, this was long before Video Village. So, where did they sit next to the camera usually, or?
Well,
or did they have video
were
back
around,
then?
sure.
They had video back then?
Yeah.
I guess maybe they did. Yeah. Well,
Did they have video?
Yeah, that was probably in 84, 85.
Around.
So maybe
I don't know
they did.
I don't remember if they had it on that show or not. There's a lot of insert work, car work too, and
do you remember? Was there a change in being an operator from when there was no video to when there was video? Because when there was no video, it was just like you were the final call, right?
Yeah. Was the gun in or not?
Yeah.
Did you see the knife?
Yeah.
Did you see the fire? Did you see did you see the flash?
The flash, yeah.
Yeah. And there were even times when Video Village that they would disagree with me, sometimes. Not saying that was never wrong or right but there's so many times that you absolutely know, because that's what you do for a living.
Been there.
You gotta you need that, you gotta show where the gun is.
Yep.
You gotta show it. It wasn't in there.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
And then at the end of the day, you do what you want.
Okay.
I can only tell you what I can tell you. But
yeah.
I'm with you. Do you remember when Steadicam first showed up? First time you saw Steadicam?
Yeah, first time. I did one Steadicam shot in
Did
my
you?
life. Yeah, it was on Revenge
It was a movie?
with Tony Scott
Okay.
and Jeff Kimball was
All right.
the DP.
Yeah.
And we were in Mexico, in Cuernavaca,
Okay.
Mexico, and there was some scene that needed a Steadicam, and or Panavision, it was Panavision Steadicam.
The Panaglide.
Panaglide,
Yeah.
there you go. And I had no idea. No, the balancing part.
Had you seen it before?
Oh, yeah, I'd been on a...
Okay, so you knew
we
what
knew
it was supposed to do anyway.
what it was supposed to do. Absolutely. No, I absolutely had known, but I had never... So
wow.
We did it.
Yep.
It wasn't the prettiest thing, but we got it.
Yep.
And but that's because they'd been around on some of the Rockies too, I think. And
sure.
moving in and pushing in,
yeah.
how it was. Yeah.
Do you remember the first time you saw a Steadicam operator come out with it? What that was?
Yeah, I think it was with the owner, the big guy.
Garrett.
Garrett. I think it was with Garrett.
Yeah.
I wasn't. I just was on a show that he was on.
Yeah. Sure. And I mean, the reason I ask is because, to me, a film world without Steadicam, I'm a Steadicam operator. I can't understand it. But was it just like mind-boggling what it could do?
Oh, it was great.
Yeah.
I mean, it was an amazing thing, an amazing piece of equipment. And do they use it too much?
Some yes, some no. It's actually pulled back a little bit, I think.
Has it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, now they're using other things too much. So,
Yeah, that's true.
it's always the case.
I was on a television series as an operator.
Yeah.
And Sandy Williams, who I'd mentioned before, is a dolly grip.
Uh-huh.
We did amazing things on a dolly.
Yeah.
I mean, the right people. We go around desks and changing gears on that guy.
Sure.
I mean, they were amazing.
Yeah.
People, and we got it, and I didn't do it, of course. And it is a great tool.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it.
Yeah.
I mean, to get some of these shots that they have nowadays, to go from a walking to a crane to somewhere up to a mountaintop,
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
It's amazing stuff that you can do.
Yeah.
It's a great tool.
No question about it.
And deservedly so. The guys are great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about True Romance? It's another favorite movie of mine.
Why not? Right?
Yeah. It's a great movie.
Why not?
That must have been a blast.
It was, well, any movie with Tony Scott is something.
I've heard this from a number of people. What made him so? I mean, his movies are great, but I don't know. I never worked with him.
He's so loyal to.
Is that right?
Oh, you would have 2 cameras. That's how he set up his shots.
Mm-hmm.
Camera with a zoom lens.
Okay.
And you may not use the lens, but the camera with a zoom on it, and he'd go, and he'd look, and he'd look, and he'd look, and then he'd back up, and he'd back up, and then he'd back up, and then he'd back up. And then when you were stuck in a corner, that was the shot. And then he got, a wide shot, a tight shot, and a tighter shot, because that's what made his thing so great. You could cut them all. I mean, because there's 3 cameras right there.
Yeah.
And he had no problem. Yeah, but a great guy. Smoked, I don't know how many, 6 to 10 cigars a day.
Oh wow.
And missed the man dearly. He was a great human being.
That's what everybody seems to say.
Great
And a great
human
filmmaker.
being.
And a great filmmaker.
Oh, yeah.
He really made some unbelievable films. I mean, True Romance is a fantastic movie.
Oh, yeah.
There's no question about it.
Yeah, you never see. It was really good. I mean, I don't know how Arquette, she got beat up so bad in that movie.
Yeah. You mean actually got hurt doing that?
Well, yeah. I mean, sometimes
they
miss,
land. No, because there's that scene.
It went on for days.
There's a scene is it with James Gandolfini in the motel in Burbank, right? The Safari Inn, I think.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, where it's just.
Oh, it's brutal.
And I remember she's got that great moment where she's laughing, and he goes, "What are you laughing at?" And then she stabs him in the foot, right?
It's a great film.
She was great in that movie.
Oh yeah, she was.
And that was kind of before you sort of knew who she was. So it was like, who is this woman?
Yeah, and then the other scene in the little trailer with
Christopher
Christopher
Walken.
Walken.
Oh my God.
That's the great scene.
I forgot about that.
That is a great scene. It had 4 walls on that little trailer.
Oh man.
And such a great.
But that's got to be that movie
I was
specifically.
in Detroit, by the way.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That movie specifically, that's got to be one of those things where you're on the camera and you got to be thinking, I can't believe I get to be 5 feet away from this watching. Because Christopher Walken in that scene where he's laughing and saying all that, it's unbelievable.
You asked in the beginning what I thought about it. The fact that you're there, and when you're really looking through that lens, if this is one-on-one, I hope I don't sound too silly and kid-like, or whatever. When I'm looking at, him or anybody that's really in that time, and it's just like him and we're having a conversation. It is so, and then when it works, and when you fall in, even technically, when you fall into a great overshoulder or something, or it just works. But to look at these people and how talented they are, and and they cry and they laugh and they, it's so exhilarating. I would get off the dolly sometimes, and I'd say to myself or somebody else, "Oh man, it's so good, so good."
Well, I used to work on The West Wing, and Richard Schiff, who's a great actor. After I wasn't there for a couple of years, I saw him. He said, "I miss having you on the camera." I said, "Well, I miss you too." And he said, "Well, I miss you because I miss you." But he said, "I always used to look at you when you'd take your eye off the eyepiece, and I could always tell by the look on your face whether I got it or not."
Yeah.
The reality is, I said to Richard, I probably had gas or something like that. but I always thought that was the nicest thing.
Oh, it's very true.
Because I think that's. I don't know if you found that, but I think sometimes that's what actors like. They want some sort of feedback of how did they do. And if they look at the operator and the operator's smiling or the operator's, I think they immediately go, "Oh, okay, something worked there." Yeah, that's. You remember any other actors on movies where you had that sort of same?
Julia Roberts on Pretty Woman.
Oh, okay.
I was the operator on Pretty Woman.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
That did make us.
That sounds dumb.
Yeah. Which
That part would be
I just found out originally was called $3,000, or that was what the script was called, and they basically said that's the dumbest thing ever.
I've read that script, and
it was dark. It was dark too, right?
The end of the movie is that he threw the money at her and went off.
That's a different ending.
Oh gosh, the ending was he hired her as his escort, right? And falls in love and all that sort of stuff. But the end of it,
he dumps her at the end.
He dumps her at the end.
Did you shoot it or you never?
Oh
no, it changed before
That's the gift of Gary Marshall.
Yeah.
That's the gift of Gary Marshall. He knew what kind of a movie he was going to be. He
knows what people want to see, right?
He's something.
So Julia, and remind me, was she a big star yet, or was that what made her a big star?
I think she had done 2.
Okay, so she wasn't quite Julia. That kind of put her on the map completely.
Yeah, that put her on the map.
But so she was. You could tell great. when you were watching her.
Yeah, we got I got along with her very well.
Yeah,
and she was quite good in that.
Yeah.
And she was friendly and nice and very kind.
She's great in that movie.
Yeah.
And you've done a lot of movies that have hit. Can you tell when you're shooting the movie whether it's going to be any good? Or actually, let me put it this way. Let me rephrase. You obviously think one way or the other. How often are you right that it's going to be good or not? Or is it too hard to tell?
I can preface that by telling you a story.
Yeah.
I had a sound man on the first Rocky.
Okay.
Had his name taken off the credits. The worst movie he ever
didn't want to be involved.
Didn't want to be involved. Didn't want to be involved.
Well, there you go.
There you go.
Yep.
So do I? Sometimes you get, but sometimes it hits you more personally than others, and then you don't know the art of editing.
Sure.
The editorial end of it after it's out of our
can save
hands.
it or kill it.
Just
right?
give it, yeah.
Yeah.
And another thing that I found is that if you have an idea. I can do this later if you. I had an idea that a shot in a thing, you should always mention it. If you have that relationship with your director or your DP, you should mention, I think this would really be a good shot.
Yeah.
And there on that Pretty Woman when on the bed and little girls crying and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I said, Tony, we need this shot. He said, okay, well, it's all in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
And Bobby Thomas, who was another great operator, who unfortunately he's passed away. We talked about a shot one time on that movie where she's taken away in the car to the funeral, and it starts out up down, looking down, and she goes out the door, and we chase her up and look through the mirror and zoom through the glass and see her in the car. And very well, Tony, we got it. I mean, Gary, you'll like this.
Oh, this is a different. This wasn't Pretty Woman. This is a different movie.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a different movie,
Sorry. Yeah. But so basically, you're saying if you see something better, you should bring it up.
Or in addition to.
Yeah, absolutely. But politically, you got to think about when to bring it up and how to bring it up and who to bring it up to, right?
Right.
That's always the big.
Yeah.
How do you deal with those? How did you deal with those personalities on set? I mean, because they exist, right?
I'm a pretty strong forward guy.
Yeah.
No hesitation to let my feelings known. Sometimes it was good for me. Sometimes it wasn't. Sometimes. I mean, I've been fired before because I was too strong of opinion on on something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's your own person. I mean, you have to figure it out. I mean, you just have to figure things out on your own. I mean, you know where you are, and the last thing you want to do is just sit there and not be a part of the team. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's the whole joy of the thing is, how many people just say they're just drooling you do what?
Yeah.
You did what? You went where? I said, well, yeah, I was in Alaska in the wintertime. I was in Death Valley in the summertime.
Eating pizza over a trash can.
With no dinner, whatever.
Yep.
It's climbing up a mountain or something, but it's not all glamorous, but it is. If you find the right people and you're there and you care about what you're doing, and that's it. You got to care.
Yeah.
You just got to want to do it and be a part of the whole process, and then it's worthwhile. It really is.
Yeah. What about you? Back when you were, maybe even all throughout the end of you operating, they still had dailies in person, right?
Yeah.
I always like asking what was. I mean, I caught the tail end of that. I didn't do a lot of movies that way, but I did a couple. What was that experience like for you when you started operating? Going in. It was
great to see. Yeah, it was good. It was.
Was it scary? I mean, were you nervous?
No, I mean you already knew what you did, or if sometimes you didn't get all of it, and whatever. My very first shot, I remember my very first shot on Cannonball Run 2. It was I was on a long lens, and a race car was coming down, and I had to, boom, stop on the highway patrol.
Whip it right over.
Whip it right over. And Nick says, "Can you do it?" I said, "I think so." So I set up to do it. First take, boom. And Nick said, "You're going to make it, kid."
There you go.
Yeah.
Was it more nerve-wracking to come into dailies as an assistant than as an operator?
It was no. I don't think I went in didn't see many dailies as an assistant.
Oh, you didn't? Oh, okay.
No,
I
didn't see many dailies as an assistant. I did,
Yeah.
On Close Encounters, I did a lot, but mostly I didn't. And if the dailies were there, and then later on too, you couldn't see dailies on the screen. They gave you a CD,
They give you
or a DVD, and to watch it on a DVD
Yep.
or something like
Well,
that.
now it's now it's I don't know if you know, but now you watch them on the internet, and it's like
You do.
it freezes up, and you can't get into the system. And what I almost never watch dailies anymore because it's such a complete pain to watch it, and it's not and it's jittery, and it's terrible. It's a terrible.
That's the wrong
system.
process. It's heading wrong.
I totally agree. I mean, I will say this. Dailies aren't really as important as they used to be because now you're seeing exactly what you're getting when you're shooting it, so there's no mystery anymore to it. You're seeing
Really?
the finished product already. And like you said, when you're operating, you kind of know what you got. And there's not a lot of surprises there, but mostly what I do with dailies now is I'll watch the B camera because I don't get to see that.
See what
So
they
I want to
do.
make sure that they're doing, whatever. On that note, so did you do a lot of shows where you were A camera and there was a B camera, or did you
Yeah, I
most?
did some.
Yeah.
I did some. There was always
Yeah.
some cameramen don't like
Don't
B
like.
camera.
Yeah, that's why I asked. So, yeah, I didn't
some
know.
camera. Michael Chapman could care less if he had a B
So
camera.
so when you're on A camera, what do you expect from the B camera operator? Like some people like them to be there all the time. Some people like them to only be there when they're called in. What do you think is what works?
When I was an assistant, I said, if you couldn't touch the camera, you're too far. And not that I didn't tell an operator he had to be there.
Yeah, but that was your feeling, yeah.
But if you got be there, I mean, that's what you're doing.
Be
Just
ready.
be there.
Yeah, yeah.
Just be there. They're going to call you in. Just be there.
Yeah.
Why not? You know, instead of reading a paper somewhere, or just hang out on the set.
Yeah. Yep.
Out of the way, baby.
Yep.
But just there's always Apple. I mean, there's always magazine cases. Oh no, I don't know anymore.
No.
They are no more.
anymore.
Right? See, that's
there's
how
Apple
far,
boxes.
That's how far I go back.
It's funny because I have a piece of equipment. I found this place in Sun Valley that Panavision here sold a lot of their old cases to. So I picked a couple of them up for like $20 or whatever.
Sure.
Like a 1,000-foot mag case. And I bring them on set, and all the old timers are like, "Oh my gosh, I remember these," and the younger kids are like, "What is that?
What is that?"
And it's like, how could you not know what a 1,000-foot mag case looks like? It's like, right? It's what we all used to sit on.
Did you ever see the 2,000-foot cases?
Actually, they have a couple of those
Do
over
they?
there. There weren't many of them, but they're massive.
No, for all of the
For the sitcoms.
sitcoms,
right?
yeah.
Did you ever do any sitcoms?
I did Lucy on the second go round.
Okay.
Not the original I Love Lucy, but the second
So
time.
this is like still 1970s, early 70s?
Had to be,
Yeah.
because I was an assistant. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Was that a proper like 4-camera show sort of?
it was at
Yeah.
that time. Yeah,
Dollies or pedestals?
no pedestals.
No pedestals.
I
Dollies.
never was on a pedestal.
Never,
I
okay.
never saw one.
Gotcha. But you were assisting on that.
I
you
was
said.
assisting on. I had a lot of fun on a movie called Doc Hollywood. That was fun.
That was Michael J. Fox?
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
He was so great and so much fun.
Was it Zemeckis? Robert Zemeckis directed it?
No,
Oh, I don't remember.
no, I don't think so.
I could sort of see I could sort of see the picture.
I
but
don't think no.
he's a good Michael J. Fox I hear is a good guy.
He was
Good
great.
guy to work with.
Yeah.
And he was a young kid back then, probably right in
Oh
his
gosh,
20s
yeah.
or so.
Yeah. He would just
Yeah.
absolutely. I worked on, I say, Last Boy Scout. That was fun.
Yeah.
And Rising Sun. It
Uh-huh.
didn't do much, but
No.
Beaches.
Is that that's Bette Midler.
Yeah.
That's the one you're talking
That made
about.
a fortune.
Yeah. Oh, it's huge.
Gary
huge.
Marshall.
Never saw it, but it's huge. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You never saw it?
No.
It's summertime, and I'm in the front yard with my wife, and it's a Saturday.
Okay.
And the mailman comes, and I go and I get the mail, and there's an envelope from Gary Marshall, and I open it up, and there's a letter and a check. I won't tell you how much it was, but it said, "Thank you for all your wonderful contributions
Wow.
to this thing. You were definitely, I can't remember the
Yeah,
exact
some-
word
but-
verbatim.
This was for the movie Beaches. You
Right.
said
Yeah.
Wow.
He said, we did so well.
that's great.
This is,
a
and
little
he did
profit
it.
sharing.
Yeah.
That's rare.
Yeah.
That's great.
I also have a letter from Ridley on
Yeah?
Blade Runner. I was the assistant on Blade Runner.
Wow.
And he sent me a letter
That's cool.
too.
What was Blade Runner like to work on?
So difficult.
Because it was like rain all the time,
It
right?
was so difficult.
Yeah.
Ridley was amazing.
Yeah.
Studios weren't used to Ridley's
I've heard
that
that.
time.
Yeah.
He always looked at it with handheld.
Uh-huh.
So we'd always have it. And it was anamorphic.
Yeah.
And it was big, and heavy lenses.
Oh, yeah.
And was sick. The cameraman, Jeff was sick at the time. So he said, give me the camera. So I'd give it to him, and he'd walk away and go like that.
And just drop it? Yeah.
I'd have to catch it,
Oh, boy.
But we ended up getting along really well.
Yeah.
And he also sent me a letter thanking me.
Was that movie because I've heard just so many stories about the movie. Was that one of those movies where you were making it and you were like, there's no way this is going to be any good?
I don't know. It looked so beautiful
Did it?
at the time
okay.
when we shot it.
Yeah.
It
was different than anything else, right?
so
it's
gorgeous.
on a different level.
It's just amazing. And they ran it, that's when HMIs were just coming in too,
Yep.
and then you had to run different speeds, right?
Yep.
If I recall.
Yeah.
Right, and Steve
Syncing.
Smith, who's now passed away, was on the B camera.
Mm-hmm.
He was at a 180 all the time.
Yeah.
I think it was 2.8
Yeah.
at that time.
Wow.
And I was on. I used to shoot. Well, I didn't shoot. I was the assistant, and we were wide open.
Yeah.
At minimum distance.
Oof.
A half a turn is
Yeah.
4 inches.
Yeah, sure.
We were 100 millimeter at 4 feet sometimes.
Crazy.
But it was a great job. We did pretty good for no video, anything like
You
that.
had to trust your operator, and you had to know
They
what you were
great,
doing.
yeah.
And those
And
were the days.
Bob Thomas was the operator.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was when we were up in we were up in Kindergarten Cop, and he got married, and I was his best man, and my wife was his.
Oh, that's great.
My wife was her
Maid of honor.
Yeah,
Oh, that's great.
Great people.
Yeah.
He's passed away now
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Cameraman Kimball was kind to me. He's the one that got me. I interviewed with him, and he's the one how I started working with Tony.
Jeff Kimball.
Jeff Kimball.
Yeah.
And those were all good people.
Yeah.
I enjoyed them. I was a big old Texas Southern boy. Always wore a Hawaiian shirt.
Yeah.
Yeah. Of course, I had 4 daughters too, and
Yeah.
I had kids in Catholic in Catholic school.
No, it's not always easy to make the jump when you got something good going.
I just, it would take too much from me.
Yeah.
I was gone enough as it was
Yeah.
away, so.
And actually, I don't ask a lot of people that. How did you had 4 daughters? 4 daughters, you say? You raised, and so they must have been young when you were, going out to Alabama to do Close Encounters and all these different movies.
The family came with me in Alabama.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were young then.
Yeah, they were young. I took them to Canada, took them to Alabama. We went to up north in San Francisco.
Oh wow! That's
when
great.
when they were on vacation or
Sure.
just missed, they'd get my wife Karen would get the schoolwork, ahead of time, and we'd get it done. And
Oh, that's great. So did they look back on that fondly?
they
in those
remember
experiences?
they remember Canada and the lights and the long
Northern
long
Lights?
days,
Yeah.
and they remember just miles of grain and oats and
that's
nothing
great.
up there, and then they remember New Orleans, and they remember remember some
That's great.
things.
Any of them go into the film industry?
I had one daughter was in production. She said, "I can't stand those."
She's too smart for
a-holes."
that.
And then my nephew Nick, it was, and then my my son-in-law.
Uh huh.
Yeah,
Wow. So you got a couple people.
a couple
in
of
the
people
business.
that are that are involved with it work a lot.
Yeah.
All struggling right now, of course.
Yeah, well, we're in the middle of the strike, but
right
hopefully
now.
that'll change.
Yeah.
And do you miss it?
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. I'm okay. I love film. I go to the movies.
Yep.
Sometimes I see them. They haven't gone because of COVID
Yeah,
for
sure.
many years.
You know. By the way, where it's worth going, I just found it. You know the Academy Museum on Fairfax and where they have an unbelievable theater, like gorgeous, and everybody there is there to watch a movie. They're not on their phone or something like that. It's such a pleasure, and they show old movies, obviously.
Yeah,
that's great.
In fact, I was talking to Karen and said I want to go. I haven't seen it because it's only 4 months now. 5? How long has it been there? No.
It might be there longer than that.
Really?
I think it snuck up on me, but it's relatively new. Yeah.
Okay.
But it's worth going to see a movie there.
Go.
And they're like, I think it's $10 or $5 or something like that. It's really
and
worth it.
maybe if we have the card, we could get in.
No, if you get the card, you can get in. It's not bad. And like I said, the best thing is all the people there want to see the movie. They're not on their phone. They don't have a kid with them. They don't want to
chit-chatting with popcorn.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons even before COVID, I sort of stopped because I was like, this is driving me nuts. I just want to watch the movie. You're on your phone. But anyway, whatever. I'm a curmudgeon.
I know. I am too. I'm awful. Well, I was at the Lemley a couple of years ago. I tell this story all the time. We were watching a film, and I was on the left, and there was a couple on the other aisle over there. And she had a headset on, listening, to the vocals on the screen.
Yeah.
And she goes, "Henry, what did he say, Henry?
Oh, jeez.
Henry, what did he say?"
That'll take you out of the movie. Oh, boy. God.
Oh, it was so. It was just,
You remember the first time you went into a theater and saw your name in the credits?
Do I remember? Oh, gosh. No.
No.
No, I don't. I mean, I always liked to look for them.
Yeah, sure.
I was always proud of the fact that my name was there.
Cool, right?
I earned it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I do not remember.
Yeah.
I do not remember.
Right on. Any final notes you can give to young operators, like as far as getting ahead in the business, getting into the, making a mark?
Just develop strong relationships with people. Just be open and be there, and show that you're interested. Mm-hmm. And like I said, develop those relationships because they all come around again. I mean, it's a small world out there, in this industry, and you run across the same people all the time. And just be on time. If you're 15 minutes early, you're 15 minutes late. That was always my philosophy, and so you never know.
I hope you enjoyed that as much as I did. We'll be back soon with another great episode. Don't forget to check us out on theop.io for all sorts of information on operating and storytelling. So thanks for listening and have a great day.